Ginkaku-ji Temple, the mystery and history unveiled. Ginkaku-ji, also known as the Silver Pavilion, is one of Kyoto's most iconic temples, renowned for its exquisite gardens and historical significance. While it is often overshadowed by its golden counterpart, Ginkaku-ji, the Golden Pavilion, Ginkaku-ji, has its own unique charm, mystery, and a rich history that dates back to the 15th century. The history of Ginkaku-ji. Ginkaku-ji's story begins with its founder, Ashikaga Yoshimasa 14,361,490. The 8th shogun of the Ashikaga shogunate. Yoshimasa was a lover of the arts, particularly the Japanese tea ceremony, and he envisioned Ginkaku-ji as a place to promote cultural and artistic pursuits. Construction of the temple complex started in 1482, following the architectural style of the Higashiyama period. However, Yoshimasa's original intention was never fully realized. Financial difficulties and political instability in Japan during his time hindered the completion of the temple. Consequently, Ginkaku-ji lacks the silver leaf covering that was intended to give it its Silver Pavilion name, which is a source of mystery and intrigue. The mysterious lack of silver. One of the most enduring mysteries surrounding Ginkaku-ji is the absence of actual silver on its exterior. It was Yoshimasa's plan to cover the temple in silver leaf, similar to the golden leaf adorning Ginkaku-ji. However, due to financial constraints and the Onin War, a devastating civil conflict that raged in Japan during that time, the silver embellishment never materialized. Some theories suggest that Yoshimasa's death in 1490, followed by the war, left Ginkaku-ji in a state of perpetual construction, preventing the completion of his vision. Others speculate that the nickname Silver Pavilion was simply a colloquialism or a symbolic reference to the temple's elegance and purity, rather than a literal description of its appearance. Regardless of the lack of silver, Ginkaku-ji remains an architectural masterpiece with its striking Zen-style design and meticulously maintained sand and moss gardens. The aesthetic and philosophy of Ginkaku-ji. Ginkaku-ji is a prime example of Muromachi period architecture and design. The main building, Ginkaku, features a two-story wooden structure with white plaster walls. This simplicity and purity of design reflect the wabi-sabi aesthetic, an appreciation for the imperfection and transience of beauty that is deeply rooted in Japanese culture. The temple's gardens are equally important to its aesthetic and philosophy. The renowned Zen garden, known as the Sea of Silver Sand, features carefully raked patterns in the sand that resemble ripples on water. Nearby, the moss garden provides a serene contrast with its lush greenery, moss-covered rocks, and stone pathways. These gardens invite visitors to contemplate the beauty of nature and the impermanence of life. Fundamental concepts in Zen Buddhism. Ginkaku-ji's role in Japanese culture. Over the centuries, Ginkaku-ji has played a significant role in shaping Japanese culture and aesthetics. It has been a source of inspiration for artists, poets, and scholars alike. The temple's gardens, in particular, have been depicted in countless paintings and poetry, further emphasizing its cultural importance. The temple is also closely associated with the development of the Japanese tea ceremony. Yoshimasa's patronage of the arts and his dedication to the way of tea had a lasting impact on the refinement of this traditional practice. Today, Ginkaku-ji continues to host tea ceremonies, allowing visitors to experience the spiritual and cultural essence of the temple. Ginkaku-ji today. Ginkaku-ji has weathered centuries of change and and has been designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognizing its historical and cultural significance. Millions of visitors from around the world flock to the temple each year to marvel at its beauty and soak in the tranquil atmosphere. While the mystery of the missing silver leaf remains unsolved, Ginkaku-ji's allure lies in its historical enigma, serene gardens, and the deep cultural resonance it holds within Japanese society. It stands as a testament to the enduring power of art, philosophy, and spirituality to transcend the limitations of time and materiality, inviting all who visit to contemplate the mysteries of existence and beauty. The construction cost of Ginkaku-ji Temple, also known as the Silver Pavilion, is a topic of historical interest and speculation due to its association with the intended silver leaf covering that never materialized. While precise historical records detailing the exact construction expenses are scarce, we can provide some context and insights into the costs and financial challenges faced during its construction. 1. Ashikaga Yoshimasa's vision. Ginkaku-ji was commissioned by Ashikaga Yoshimasa, the 8th shogun of the Ashikaga shogunate, in the late 15th century. He envisioned the temple not only as a place of Zen Buddhist practice, but also as a center for promoting cultural and artistic pursuits, including the Japanese tea ceremony. His grand vision included covering the temple in silver leaf, which undoubtedly would have incurred significant expenses. 2. Financial constraints. The construction of Ginkaku-ji faced financial constraints from the outset. The Ashikaga shogunate was dealing with fiscal difficulties during Yoshimasa's rule. The shogunate's resources were stretched thin by various factors, including the cost of ongoing conflicts and maintaining the political stability of the time. 3. Onin War. 14,671,477. The Onin War, a devastating civil conflict that engulfed Kyoto and much of Japan, further strained the shogunate's financial resources and disrupted the temple's construction. The war resulted in widespread destruction and economic turmoil, making it challenging to secure the funds needed to complete Ginkaku-ji, according to Yoshimasa's original vision. 4. Unfinished state. Due to these financial constraints and the turmoil of the era, Ginkaku-ji remained unfinished at the time of Yoshimasa's death in 1490. The intended silver leaf covering, which would have been a significant cost, was never applied. The temple was left in a state of perpetual construction, contributing to the mystery surrounding its lack of silver. 5. Symbolic significance. Some historians and scholars speculate that the Silver Pavilion name might have been more symbolic than literal. It is possible that Yoshimasa, recognizing the financial limitations, used the term silver to symbolize purity, elegance, and aesthetic qualities rather than the actual application of silver. In summary, while the exact construction cost of Ginkaku-ji Temple remains a mystery due to the lack of detailed historical records, it is clear that financial constraints, compounded by the Onin War, play a significant role in preventing the realization of Ashikaga Yoshimasa's vision for the temple. Despite this, Ginkaku-ji stands today as a remarkable cultural and historical monument, its lack of silver leaf contributing to its unique and enduring allure.